Though the football in me is bright and
Connor Smith's singing brought so much joy. His parents now only have memories.
Happy birthday, Mama, I love you.
That was the last time I saw him.
Joshua Robinson also brought joy to his family.
He was just the sweetest kid.
Joshua Robinson and Connor Smith never met, but their lives took similar paths. Both had autism. As Connor and Joshua got older, their families realized they could no longer care for them. And both died of similar causes in two different Arlington group homes run by Educare Community Living, part of a network of homes across the United States. Joshua's stepmother took pictures documenting his condition.
He looked almost like a concentration camp survivor.
The images are hard to see, but his family says we must see them to understand what happened to him.
How they could not have realized that there was a problem. He did not look like this the last time that we had seen him.
In March 2022, Joshua got very sick. Visitors to the home say they found Joshua in bad shape.
His back was to me in a wheelchair, and he was slumped over and kind of leaning on the wall.
Kay Ray Smith used to be an EMT.
I walked over and his abdomen was distended. I mean, he looked 9 months pregnant.
She questioned Joshua's caretaker.
I'm like, how long has he been like this? Oh, she said at least a week. She started filling me in. They would get in trouble if they called an ambulance. I said, well, he needs to be seen today. Well, we have to call the nurse. I said, we don't have time for that.
Her husband, Brad Smith, brought paramedics from the neighboring fire station to the home. They took Joshua to the hospital.
I will never forget, we walked into the room and he reached out his arms to hug both of us and just hugged us. We talked to the doctor and he told us that his bowel had perforated and that he had never in his life ever seen anybody with an impacted bowel like that. The doctor told us that there was nothing really they could do.
The 38-year-old died 4 days later.
For somebody who never comes into the home to come into the home and say, oh, he's sick, that's just some people not paying attention.
Former nurse surveyor Terry LaFawn worked for the Texas Department of Health and Human Services. She investigated the circumstances surrounding Joshua's death.
He was a young guy. He shouldn't have died from constipation. It makes me angry that they let that happen.
LaFawn's state report says Joshua twice went to the emergency room in 2022 for severe constipation. He'd lost 41 pounds from 2021 to 2022.
The staff there said that they had reported many times to nursing that he was having bowel problems, constipation. They made an attempt to get somebody's attention, but nobody was listening to them.
We showed LaFawn the images of Joshua.
Oh, God. Oh, he's so emaciated.
She'd not seen the pictures.
Oh, my Lord, look at his stomach. That is a dead giveaway that he's not getting any nutrition. Look at him.
The same day Joshua died, the state issued an immediate threat finding. That meant Educare needed to come up with a plan to fix the issues.
There's a piece of paper. It's a slap on the wrist.
7 miles away in North Arlington, Connor Smith lived in another Educare home. In September 2022, Connor spent the weekend with his parents.
He had been a little constipated that weekend.
He returned to the group home Monday.
I got a text the next day saying, oh, he had a bowel movement. And I said, oh, good, he's feeling better.
But Connor wasn't fine. Late that night, the caretaker called 911.
I'm working at group home, and one of the clients is sick.
Police body cameras recorded officers talking to the caretaker.
All time that he's going to toilet, that was like, oh, then, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
What caused you to call 911?
He needs medical attention.
Paramedics gave the 25-year-old CPR. But it was too late. Connor died on the floor of the bathroom. LaFawn investigated Connor's death, too.
The story was that he had had 3 or 4 rounds of diarrhea. Diarrhea doesn't kill a young guy.
And sure enough, he didn't die of diarrhea. An autopsy found he died of an ischemic bowel, meaning blood wasn't reaching his bowels.
He died from a bowel, a dead bowel, same as Josh.
Bowel issues can be caused by diet, medications, or being too sedentary. And the severely intellectually disabled often can't communicate these problems.
Somebody needed to be checking if they were having bowel movements and what those bowel movements look like. Nobody was doing that.
A registered nurse with 30 years of experience, LaFawn quit after the deaths of Connor and Joshua. Educare declined an interview request, but did provide this statement. At Educare Community Living, our top priority is ensuring the health, well-being, and safety of the individuals we serve. Due to ongoing litigation in this matter, we are unable to comment further. Joshua was buried a short distance from his family's home.
He was such a happy little boy. Just sad that he had to go so early.
Connor is also buried near his family home.
Looking back, I just wish I would have just brought him home and quit my job if I had to.
In Arlington, I'm Tanya Iser.